introduction to myself. Yay, here we are. So, there's nobody with me yet, so I'll wait a little bit. In the meantime, I'll get a drink of water because I get awfully dry. One person, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. It's Elaine today in the Littleton store. Oh, now we have 13. Wow, that went fast. Very quick. Yay. 19. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Karen. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Donna. Oh, Donna, your pattern came in today. Hi, Melody. Hi, Ernie. Hi, Polly. Aloha. We have pretty good weather here today. 50 degrees. Not so bad. Hello, ladies. Welcome, everybody. It is, right now it's a little quiet in here. I just turned the music off so you could all hear me well. And Dawn is just watching the phones and the door for me. So that's great. I'm hoping it's not taking him away from his work. Okay. He's going back in a few minutes, he says. So we're up to about 49. We will just wait till we get a few more people here. I have a fun project for you today. And if you need a last minute Christmas present to make, it will be a great gift if you do it in pink. So other colors we have to order the zippers. So, all right. Mary, I'm not sure which pattern that you are looking for, but I will look afterwards to see what pattern that you are waiting for. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here. So a few announcements. Not a whole lot's going on this time of year because, you know, really we have Christmas coming up very, very soon. So Baby Lock Club is tomorrow. I hope you all get a chance to join Patrick. Kate's out of town, so I'm not sure who's teaching it with him, but he got we got a floor model radiance in today. So I'm sure he'll be showing you at least the machine. Last time we had a radiance in, it was just a shell. This time it's got something inside of it. So yay, that's a good thing. So Baby Lock Club is tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we will be having our all-inclusive Christmas party here in the Littleton store. So at 11 on Saturday, we will be providing the turkey and the ham and some type of potato. I'm going to make some type of potato. So if you all want to bring a little something and join us, we'll have a fun Christmas celebration. We're looking forward to that. And then next week, remember, we will close early on Tuesday. So I will be doing a live next Tuesday. We'll probably do a shortened version because we'll close right after the live. So can't believe it's here already. Let's see. So I have a joke. It's a stupid joke. Oh, my joke went away. It was on my computer, but that's okay. It went away. How did it do that? It's a Christmas tree joke. So, what did Luke Skywalker say after he planted a Christmas tree farm? He said, "May the forest be with you." Don's laughing. It's hard. It's it's hard to laugh at jokes when you don't have any response. Anybody laughing with you? So, oh, I'm getting lots of laughs. Don already knew the answer when I told it to him. So he said I was sad, and he said that's okay because I'm a Star Wars fan, so I know that joke. I'm getting a lot of laughs. Okay, let's see. We have a winner today also. And we have this really cute little gift bag that's all ready for Christmas. And this is going to go, hope you can see it. It's going to Val Bridges. Val, we miss you so much down here. So I will send this up to the Thornton store for you. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera. Okay. All right, good. And then I have a couple of manager specials. So go ahead and say if you would like these specials, and I will go and look at the notes after all your comments after live, so I get these down correct for you. So I have a couple of Kimberbell kits that are from last December. So the first one, I only have one of each of these. So the first one is going to be the fabric kit for the demo December 2023. And so that is the poinsettia. So you do have to have the files from last year. So this is the December demo. It was normally $10.99 and we're going to sell it for $5. So you do have to have the files from last year, but that's a great deal to make this little poinsettia. Okay, and then our second one is also a Kimberbell Manager Special. And if for some of you who never got your Kimberbell Cuties done last year, this is the December Kimberbell Cuties kit. And this one, you can't see anything? Are you the only one? Can everybody else see what's going on? Okay, so this one is the Kimberbell Cuties December kit. It was normally $34.99 and we're going to do $17.50 on this one. So even if you don't use it for the cuties, it's got lots of great Kimberbell fabric in here and some glitter, red glitter. Since the Kimberbell is discontinuing all their glitters, it would be a great way to get some glitter if you need some red. So I will check those, the notes for those later. And then today we are going to be making the Quilt As You Go cosmetic bags. I'll leave that there. And this comes in 2 sizes. So this one actually came out much larger than I thought it was going to be. So this is the fabric kit. The fabric kit is $23.99 and it makes 2 bags. We are going to, I've already finished the large bag, and we're going to work on the small bag today, put it together. So it does come with the Zippity Doo Done zippers, is already in the packaging, and it's all Quilt As You Go. And you can see that I added a lot of decorative stitches on this one. So you can, make these any way you would like to. I just love these really pretty fabrics that I used. So this is the kit. It is $23.99, and again, it's going to make both of the bags. And you also need to have the Quilt As You Go, the June Taylor Quilt As You Go Zippered Cosmetic Bags. So this has the batting in it that is pre-printed, and it also has the zipper in it. So with both of these pieces, you can get these bags done in no time at all. So the other things that I've used is the 2.5-inch Quilter Select ruler is going to be really helpful for making this project. So I've also used the KK2000 spray. And so let's go ahead and I'll show you where I've started. So this is the first half of the bag. So I've put this part together for you, and then so I'm going to do the second half of the bag, and we're going to finish the zipper. So the first thing that you're going to do is, and I'm going to put some decorative thread, my decorative thread right in my bobbin, and I've already got it on the top of my machine. So let me put this in here, because you are going to be doing your lining and your quilting all in one step. So I wanted a pretty thread in my bobbin. So the first thing that I've done is I've taken my pre-printed batting, and I've fused it with some spray fuse onto my lining fabric. And so the first thing that you're going to do now is sew on these lines, the outside lines. You can see I've cut it down to about 1/2 inch around. And I'm going to go ahead and sew on the outside lines, and this is going to give me a cut line. So I don't see any questions yet, so just let me know. I can't really see the phone when I'm sewing, so I will check it every once in a while. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew right on these lines. I need to move my foot pedal a little bit here. There we go. Something is keeping my foot pedal from going fast. I need to make an adjustment here. There we go. Has that ever happened to you, that your cord gets caught under the foot pedal and it doesn't let you go as fast as you'd like to? Okay, so right now I'm just using the 1/4-inch foot. I am going to change to a different foot, the border guide foot, later on. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding my fabrics to the front, and you can see that this is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. So this is the first half. I did the second side that is numbered 10, 11, 12, but I wanted to show you how these are numbered here. So the first piece we're going to do is number 1, and we're going to lay down. I've got all of my pieces cut to, this part gets cut to 2.5 inches, and that little ruler makes it really great. So I'm going to place my number 1 piece on the number 1 spot. Now the lines on the that are printed on there are your fabric lines. They're not your stitch lines. So you just want to get that placed right inside on the 1. And then we're going to get our number 2 fabric, and I'm just following the same pattern that I did on my other half. So my number 1 on this side would have been this one, and so I'm going to get my number 2 fabric, and number 2 is going to get laid right sides together here, right on the edge. And then and then I'm going to use my 1/4-inch foot, and so right on this line. They'll take you right, you can't see them, but they're over by the, yeah, they're over there. And Don is over there, he'll help you. And then I'm just going to sew right on that line, that edge. I'm going to use a little bit of my Easy Press. Flip it over and press, just finger press. Okay, so now I'm going to get color number 3, which I know is the same as this. I'm going to place it right side down. And I'm going to stitch on that line with my 1/4-inch. Use a little bit of my Easy Press. Press it over, finger press it down. I'm going to get color number 4, which I know again is my dark one. Now you can do, if you're using your own kit, you can do scrap fabrics, you can do anything you really want to do. I'm a little bit more consistent in having a hard time with real scrappy. So, and is everybody seeing this okay with my, you can see I can probably put this a little bit closer here. And press that one down. Okay, number 5 I know is going to be another dark piece. Line up the edges of my fabric. Okay, and then one more, number 6, is going to go on this side. Okay. Press that over. And now I'm ready to go on to number 7. So I'm just going to clip these little thread tails off of here real quick. Okay, and then I'm going to get color number 7, which is going to go across the top here. And I used, let me see, let me get my other 2 fabrics out here. This is my color number 7. So again, I'm going to place that right sides down, making sure that I'm lined up and that I've extended outside the edges here, so on both ends. And I'll just sew this on. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, and I'll press this one up. Okay, now I'm getting color number 8, strip number 8, which is going to be this again. And making sure I'm lining it all up correctly. Okay, so now you can see that on my larger bag, I did a lot of decorative stitching. I'm not going to do so much on this one. It's just because it takes a little bit longer. Okay, my last piece, number 9. I'm going to put that right on here. And you don't even see this one. It really kind of just goes to the bottom of the bag. But I did use a pretty fabric here too. I am making some June Taylor Quilt As You Go cosmetic bags today. Okay, so easy as that. We filled our entire batting piece. So now, let's see. If you wanted to add decorative stitching, this is when you would do it now. And you're going to flip this project over again to the lining side. And now we're going to sew through all the layers on the original outside line that we sewed. So we're just going to do that all over again. I'm going to get some of these extra little threads cut off of here. And this is going to give us our outside stitching line. So if you do want some of those threads off, this is a good time to clip them. Okay. Oops, pulled my thread out of my needle. And all of these directions are definitely right in the patterns, the batting pattern. The pattern is from June Taylor. It is the pre-printed Quilt As You Go cosmetic bags. Now this one has the pink zipper in it. Okay, they do have other colors: black, white, navy, camel red, gray, I believe. They are all on the website. So if you want a different color zipper, they are all available for you to get at the 20% off. I do have the pinks here in the store. So if you do need it as a Christmas gift, pink will be your color because you can get it today. good idea to remember where you started. I think I have 2 lines there. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that all stitched down. It's nice and flat on the front, and we're going to just trim it just outside our stitching line now. So I'm going to move you over here. So I'm going to trim some of it with my rotary cutter and some of it probably with a scissor. Because there are some smaller areas on here. So you're just trimming just outside your stitch lines. Make sure you don't want to trim your stitch lines. Okay, and then I'm going to get my scissor and trim the rest of this. Dawn must have just sharpened these scissors for me. Okay. All right, so let's come back over here. And our next step is going to be putting our zipper on. Let's see if I missed any questions. The Quilt As You Go pattern, I believe it's $29.99. Well, Joy, I'm sorry you're having trouble with your phone, but I did get this comment. Okay, so we're going to get our bag, and we're going to get our zipper. So this is the first side that I did. And so with the zippity doodahs, zippers, they're already put in the binding for you. So all you have to do, there isn't a zipper choice or price on the website? Okay. I'll double check that as soon as we finish. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to put my second half inside the zipper here. You can just open this up and slide it in. And you just want to make sure your edges are going to be lined up together. And what I should have brought over was some tape. I wonder if I have any in the drawer here. Let me look. The wrong kind of tape. Okay, well that's okay. We'll use a couple pins instead today. But I really would like to buy any tape. That would really work well. But I'm just going to stick this pin right here. And just to make sure that it's still all the way in there. And then I'm going to use a pin over here. And so now I'm going to get my border guide foot and put that on the machine. So here's what the border guide foot's going to look like, and I've got it right over here. I'm going to put that on my machine, and I'm going to go get a decorative stitch. Okay, So I really want to try to find this decorative stitch. And I believe I should have written it down, but of course I thought I would remember. Seems to me it's in, oh, there it is, 6. There it is. So is that our, there's 2 of these. One is big and one is small. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to test it out and make sure this is the right size one before I do it on my project. Yep, this is correct. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go back to the start of the stitch. So if you see this little icon here, it has a needle, a star, a heart, a star. If I touch that, it takes me back to the beginning of the stitch. And now I'm going to line up my zipper right here. And because I'm using this border guide foot, I am going to make sure that I stay right inside these lines on the foot, and that'll keep it right in the center of this zipper tape. Now sometimes you cannot change the speed on these decorative stitches. They are going to stitch the way they're going to stitch. But I love having those lines. Okay, so I'm getting close to my zipper pull. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to take that pull, get it out of the way by going underneath the foot. Okay, get this pin out of here. Maybe. Okay. Oh yes, I had a wonderful, wonderful time on my trip. It was a kind of unexpected and very fun, so thank you. Where'd my little snippy go? Oh, right here. Okay, let's get rid of these thread ends. And so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my 1/4 inch foot back on. I'm going to go back to my regular stitch, my straight stitch. Okay. And we're just going to sew along the ends of the zipper just so we know it's not going to come apart on us. Okay, so now we're going to sew the side seams from the zipper down. So we do want to, I'm going to fold it in half. And it's not telling me to open my zipper yet, but I am going to do it anyway. Okay. Okay, so you can see the way that the batting is already prepared for you, that it's already cut the bottoms out for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And it says to sew it from the zipper down, so we'll go ahead and do that. You can just sew right through that zipper. Line up my sides here. Okay, and I'll just turn it over so I can sew again from the zipper down. They are saying to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Just do what you want. I don't use it. Usually don't. I mean a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I always use a 1/4. So now we're going to sew the bottom. And remember, I've already opened my zipper, so if you haven't opened your zipper yet, you want to make sure you do that. And I'm going to sew across the bottom. So I'll use a little more of a generous 1/4 inch seam allowance on this. But the instructions do say to use a 1/2. Okay. Then we're going to box our corners. I've already got my zipper open, so I can just put my hand in there, put my, make my seams lock here, and now let me figure this out. Do this way. There we go. Dawn is over there cutting fabric for me. Woohoo! If you're inclined, you can do that twice. And we'll box out the other side. Okay. Once both sides are done, they say to finish it by stitching, serging, pinking, and you can do that. Then we're going to turn this right sides out. Actually, I'm going to trim off this zipper piece. I don't know where it said to do that, but apparently I missed that part. There's that side. And that one. So you do have enough zipper in here for both of the bags. Okay. I'm going to have to redo this one. I have a little tiny hole in there. Oh, so we'll bring that back around. Well, I don't know what I did there. I need to clip this a little bit. Something looks like it got caught up. There we go. Yes, you could have done this on the serger to put the bag together. You couldn't have done the actual stitching of the pieces. You would want to do that on the sewing machine, but absolutely you could do this on the serger to put it all together, and they actually even say that you can finish it off by using the serger. Okay, so there is the cute little bag. I like this one. This size is more my size than the big one. So here is the big one. I'll show you the big one again. There is the big one, and it's a pretty good size bag. It is, let's see, my paperwork went on the floor. So let's see, the large one is a 13 by 9 by 4. And then the small one is a 9 by 5 by 3. So you can see they're just really cute. And you can just use scraps for this. You can use all kinds of decorative stitches. It makes you use your decorative stitches. And I really had fun doing that, but it does take a little bit longer to do those decorative stitches. So that's why I didn't do them on this one. But I appreciate you joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the projects. And again, remember, you can get them in all different colors, and Charlene, I will go and make sure that it is all up on the website for you. So we will, hopefully you will all come out for the party on Saturday here in Littleton. We're looking forward to it. And have fun if you're doing Baby Lock Club tomorrow and seeing the radiance. It's going to be a fun day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.